Nothing is small until you decide to make it small. Nothing is small until you commit it into the hands of a small-minded person. One of the disciples of Jesus by the name of Andrew was given a task, a responsibility. Well, it wasn't only Andrew that was given that responsibility. All the 12 disciples were given the responsibility after a crusade to go check among the crowd if there was anything anyone had that could be used to feed the crowd. These guys had been with Jesus for 3 days and they had eaten nothing. They were in a fast. And Jesus thought about it. If I send these people on their way, some of them may drop dead while they are in transit. So he said, you know what? Let's get something for them to eat. Now, they were in a very far place. You call it a suburb. You know, so if they had to get something for everybody to eat, it was a distance. And that's why Jesus gave that responsibility. Go amongst the crowd and let's find out if there is something that we can work with. Because you see, the way miracles work is this. God would always bring much out of little. God would always work with something small to bring out something much. So what Jesus was literally looking for was a seed that can produce the miracle. But guess what? They eventually found a boy that had 5 loaves and 2 fishes. I believe you know the story, or you may just be hearing it for the first time. Now, you know what Andrew said? What is this among so many? Now, I understand the way Andrew was thinking, because if you want to feed 5,000 people, even if it were 50 loaves of bread, 50 loaves can't feed 5,000 people. And so he said, what is this among so many? Now, where I have a problem with Andrew is this. You've been with Jesus for so many years. You've seen the miraculous. Why are you doubting the fact that in this same situation, God can do the miraculous through his son Jesus? How many times have you seen God at work? But you are confronted with a new situation, a new circumstance, and you begin to doubt him. What makes you different from Andrew? Guess what? Jesus had to take the 5 loaves and 2 fishes from him. Because if Jesus had left it in the hands of Andrew, it would never have grown and it would never have multiplied. There are certain people you must never commit something into their hands. If you commit 1,000 into their hands, if you check it after 3 months, that 1,000 would have become 10. And there are some people, if you commit 10 into their hands, when you check back in 3 months' time, that 10 would have become 10,000. Because nothing is really small. There are only people who have a small-minded approach to things. Nothing is really small. There are only people who undo things in a small way. But you see, if you have the mindset of greatness, if you have the mindset of increase, if you have the mindset of multiplication, no matter how small what you have is, you will eventually bring the best out of that thing and multiply it. The question I want to ask you this moment is this. Are you a small-minded person? Do you see smallness in everything? Or do you see things for what they can become? You see, it's not enough for you to see things the way they are. It is much more important you see things and you see people, you see situations as they can become. You know, there are some men, they can only see smallness in certain ladies. And there are some ladies also, they only see smallness in certain men. The men that they think, oh, this guy is below my level. No, I can't date this kind of guy. I can't marry this kind of guy. He's not rich enough. He's not smart enough. He's not handsome enough. Some other ladies will marry the same guy. And under 2 years, you see the guy metamorphose and become someone they never thought the guy would become. Because they had a small mind. But fortunately, the guy met a lady who had a big mindset and brought the best out of the guy. There are some guys like that also. It looks like some ladies that say, oh, she's not pretty enough, you know, she's not light-skinned enough, she's not tush enough, she doesn't have a good depth sense enough. Some other guys marry those same ladies, and you see those same ladies in 3 years, and you're like, what? This lady is beautiful because someone saw something beyond the surface. The question is, what kind of person are you? Are you the kind of person we need to rescue things from? Are you the kind of person that we can commit things to? Or are you the kind of person that we must quickly take things from you if we don't want that thing to die? What kind of employee are you? What kind of husband are you? What kind of wife are you? What kind of friend are you? What kind of a person are you when it comes to the handling of resources? You know, it always baffles me that growing up in the younger generation, you know, it always baffles me when I was much younger. You see a lot of civil servants build houses. But you see a lot of people who worked in banks, who worked in oil and gas, who never had a roof over their head after they left paid employment. Those that were working in the oil and gas and the banking sector were looking down at the civil servants. That no, these people, they are small people, we are bigger than them. But guess what? Some people working in the civil service, the small resources, seemingly small resource they had, they built a house, they became landlords. But those that had all the resources, guess what? Because if you are a small-minded person, no matter what you have, it will still look small to you. The same people, without the money they earned while they were in paid employment, they finished working, they had to retire, and they still had nothing to show for their life. What kind of a person are you? Are you a small-minded person? Are you that person that holds things in defective forms? Or are you that kind of person that when we commit small things into your hands, small ends up becoming much? When you see small things in the natural, do you say to yourself like Andrew, what is this among so many? Or you commit it into the hands of the master? That even though this is small, but Jesus, I believe you can multiply it. I ask you again, what kind of person are you? I encourage you today, change your mindset. Change your perspective. Change your approach to things. Change how you see things. When you change how you see things, then what you are seeing will eventually change. God bless you. Have a fantastic day. Bye for now.